Hey everyone, welcome back to another deck profile. Today we're talking about a deck that I've been playing a lot in locals and against teammates, and that I am confident enough to talk about it in the current format. Let's get right into things. It's none other than Luticia. Uh, Real quick, allows you to start your engine if you don't happen to have uh, draw into drawn into any cursed orders during your mulligan, allows you to ride into the grade 3 for free basically, and so on and so forth. Luticia is the same as always. You counterblast one whenever she attacks. According to the number of curse plays in your soul, she gets the following abilities. If you have 2 or more, you draw a card, she gets power plus 5k. And if you have 4 or more, you discard a card at the end of the battle that she attacked, restand her, and she gets drive -1. So you swing twice, 3 drive checks, uh, put the triggers that you check in her if you need, or distribute them into your rear guards. You do as you're told. You just go on, snowball, and win. But Luticia is not the main boss unit here. I mean, it is her, but it's not that version of her. It is the dress up version. Rive at 12 is the same as the other lyrical girls that have the dress up mechanic. Um, she counts as the Grimoire at 12 Luticia, so you do Persona Ride when Rive enters uh, on top of the old Luticia, and whenever she's placed, she can only be placed on top of a grade 3 already Vanguard Luticia. So whenever she enters the Vanguard, you search your deck or drop zone for a curse play. So you can either filter your deck for orders, or you can reuse any orders that you Soul Blast during your turn with Yuika and much more. Um, she is a beast. In the main phase, you can counterblast one. Remember that it's not like the OG, because the OG is during the battle phase. She's during the main phase. Counterblast one, and she gets the following abilities according to the number of curse plays in your soul. So if you have 2 or more, you give 10k to your front row. So 2 persona rides in 1 turn is huge. You get to slash their hands uh, into bits. Basically, you're asking for PGs a lot. If they're at 4, she is a huge lethal check twice because she managed to restand. And if you have 4 or more curses, and if you have 6 or more, she doesn't lose drive. So she's always like 38 or 33, swinging for like twin drive. If you happen to check a crit during your first swing, put it on her. Next swing is like a 43, 2 drives for 2 crits. Checking for lethal, PG or GG, my guy. So, talking about cursed orders first, we are running a 3 split of reaching your happiness. Um, if you they're all the same play cost. If you have a Vanguard with Luticia, you can play this card. You whenever you play wishing your happiness, you choose a card from soul, put it into hand, and put this card into soul. Then if your soul has 2 or more cursed play cards, choose a card from your drop, put it into soul, choose one of your units, and it gets power plus 5k until the end of the turn. So you can search the soul in Luticia is a very toolboxy point. There are a lot of moving parts in your soul, so you can fetch your PGs, you can fetch your persona rides, you can fetch your combo starters like Nostria, Rochelto, and other grade 2s. You can even fetch Yuika, you can fetch anything. And by uh, putting a card from your drop into your soul, you can just reuse PGs at a later point in the game. So Don't worry about it. It's one of the things that I really like about this deck is the freedom that you have in with your plays. It's not very. It's like you're playing Stoicheia, but a very light Stoicheia feel that you can abuse your soul with this. So yeah. Another normal order is Cursed Sugar Sparkle. This is the same as always. Whenever you play it, you soul charge one, choose up to one card from your soul with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, call it to rear, and that unit gets power plus 5k. So again, if you play an Austria, she grabs you a Yuika from the top 3. You can use this, call the Yuika, bounce an Austria, bounce any PGs that you happen to call to board, and yeah, your game, basically. And we're running 4 of the Blitz order. I do recommend running 4 because you need to see this like every turn. I cannot sugarcoat it, you need to see this every turn. Grab it with this one, soul charge it with Austria, and play this one. I don't know. There are a lot of things that searches for orders in our deck. Luticia herself grabs this. Like, find this card, play this card, abuse this card. This card is goated. It's literally a Levidra's marker that you are able to play once per turn during their turn. So yeah, abuse it.
あーにゃんち
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
To play once per
Ah,
turn
yeah,
during
correct.
their turn. So yeah, abuse it.
よりによって。
ワクワク
15k that you give to a unit that is being attacked or that you choose during your opponent's turn, and if you have 4 or more curse plays, you draw a card. Again, levy this marker that you are able to play once during their turn. Abuse this. Abuse this. Great twos. We're running 4 Rochelto. Basically, Combine Rusher for the deck. Whenever you play a curse play, Counterblast 1, she calls herself from drop, and she gains 5k until the end of turn. And whenever she's discarded from your hand due to Luticia effect, we have more cards that do discard during your main phase. You Energy Blast 3, and you draw a card. So this is huge. I was running 3, but even at 4, there are some games that I don't happen to see her, or she gets stuck in Soul, and I prefer to Soul Blast my Cursed Orders, if I have enough, of course, with Yuika. Yeah, do run her at 4 and do prioritize her in your mulligan because she is a really, really good card. We have 4 Nostrias, Goat, the Goat, a huge beater. She gets powered according to the number of curse plays in your soul. If you have 2 or more, she gets 5k. If you have 4 or more, she gains 15k instead of 5. And whenever she's placed, look at top 3, put a card into soul, and the rest goes to the bottom. So she filters your deck. She searches for PG's persona rights, and she allows you to put any cursed orders into soul, like turn 2 onwards. It's huge. She is great. I love her. Nostria is also the goater. You search top 7 for up to 2 curse plays. If you don't happen to reveal any curse play, you draw 1. So she doesn't neg you cards from hand, which is good. In this format, we don't really wanna trade our resources for like nothing. So yeah, and if you discard with Shelter with her, you can technically get a max of 3 cards in hand with 1 call. So yeah. She also gets boost if you play Cursed Order, so it's great. She's good. I wish I could play more of her, but I like the ratios how they are. So yeah, you could fiddle around with them. So yeah, feel free to experiment. It's just how I am how should I put it? How I'm confident with these ratios. Yeah. So, great ones. We have Caravia. This card, when she got revealed, I was like, nah, it's not that great. Discarding a card from hand, choose a curse play from drop, and put it into hands. Okay, but then Rochelto came, and I was like, damn. You're telling me I can discard Rochelto to have one of my Blitz that I happen to Soul Blast with Eureka and or any other curse plays and draw a card with Rochelto? That is great. Plus, she's a 13k, so with a Levitrus marker, they activated, she's a 3k boost. It's not like they're negging you this boost or any other thing. So yeah, she's still applying a little bit of pressure. She is great. Also turning on your Rochelto during your main phase is good, great. We like it. We're running how many? 4? Yeah. We're running 4 Eurekas, staple. There's no sugarcoating it. Whenever unit is placed in front of her, and if your opponent's 5k, she get when your opponent's grade 3, I'm sorry, she gets power plus 5k, so 13k beater, and at the end of the battle that this unit boosted a rear guard, Soul Blast 1 and bounced the rear guard that she boosted. You can reuse Nostrias, reuse PGs, call PGs to the board, call triggers that happen to fall into Soul, or any other card that you wish to reuse. There's a play that you can do, which is swing with Rochelto, you bounce Rochelto, and then you have a Rochelto to use with Luticia discard. So yeah, that's a combo route that you can go if you happen to be a little bit stuck with cards in hand. So yeah. For PGs, we're not running Elementaria because again, we need to use the good Blitz orders. So yeah, you may run Elementaria, but it's a risk that you're able to run, that you're able to encounter is having both Elementaria and the Blitz order in hand, and you're like, oh god, now I need to choose which order I can play. So yeah. Crits, we're running 4 into Soul. Don't need to be 4 into Soul crits. You can run 8 normal crits. I'm just running because, to be honest, I don't really know. Just run 4 normal crits. Maybe I'm just too lazy to put some normal crits in my deck. Now, we're running 2 fronts and 1 draw. You may run, and I highly value the 3 fronts because more power to the front row is good, but the draw is a little bit of when it comes up, it comes up. So yeah, it's a thing that I really like is whenever you don't have enough cards to guard and you happen to check the draw and you go like, oh my god, the draw gave me a Blitz order or a PG or something else that I can use next turn. Great, nice. Besides that, I do value the 3 fronts, so you may run 3 fronts at your own discretion. So yeah, that is this is just a theory of mine, so don't listen to me in this regard. For heals, you could run the special heals that give that gain more shield with the crits or the restands, up to you. And we're running the blue OT. You can experiment with the other ones, like red OT is always available because Luticia is most likely the first one to swing twice, so having 4 chances of checking the red OT is good. Yellow OT is also great to explode their board. Purple OT is also really good because getting a card from your damage zone, if you happen to damage a Blitz Order or another like Persona, I don't know. But the Blue OT is only here because I really like to go fetch cards from my drop. Plus the crit. The crit is also good. It gives a lot of pressure on another of your rear guards or your vanguard if they happen to be at low damage. You can also run the lyrical OT. It's great. I like it, but it's a card that goes like the earlier you check it, the better it is. So yeah, keep that in mind. You could um you could just try any OT to be honest. So yeah, that's a lot of freedom that you have with the choices and deck building. Uh, so yeah, feel free to play with your choices, I guess. So yeah, that has been this has been the Luticia deck profile. I feel that this is one of the better lyrical decks at the moment, and has a lot of capabilities. It is very how should I put it? Very uh not difficult. It does look very easy, but again, has a lot of moving parts. Like the amount of toolbox that you can do with your soul is huge. Every micro play that you do in this deck does matter in the long run. So yeah. Still, it is a very easy to get into deck, but a very hard to master. Again, the only thing that I say is abuse this order. That's the only thing that I can like safely uh, safely say. So yeah, hope you liked it. My opinion on deck. If you have any other, just feel free to say it in the comments. So yeah, hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.